Hiya, I'm Nee and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to be building with a new expansion pack, Businesses and Hobbies again. I wanted to build, once again, another business that had multiple business in one because I feel like that's just so much fun. And I love that we can finally do that with this expansion pack. And I feel like if you have the opportunity to do it, then why not? So yeah, we're going to be building a pottery studio / pottery store with an art gallery on the side. I thought this was also like just a good pairing because both businesses are very creative, and of course that would also give me room to create some really creative Sims, and that's what I do as well. And today, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of gameplay again to see how well is this pottery store / art gallery gonna function. By the way, on top of the art gallery, we also have sort of like a private art studio tutoring kind of place. I imagine that the sim who runs the store also gives like some private art lessons on the side. So yeah, we play a lot with a new lecture system in this particular lot, and I also play with it in the gameplay section, and it was just so much fun. Getting back into the build, as you guys can see, we sort of have almost like 3 buildings, even though the 2 buildings on our right, actually on our left, are sort of the same building really, both upstairs and downstairs. Upstairs, this is where we are gonna have our apartment, because of course we're gonna have an apartment for the Sims that will run this business. And downstairs we have the pottery store / studio workshop place. So yeah, very exciting. I just really enjoyed building this one. Once again, we still have the Scandinavian architecture coming through, which I adore. I'm really a fan of, especially with the items in this pack. But we do go for something slightly more, I think, modern than most of the things. We're obviously, by the way, in the modern side of our new world, which I believe is actually Nordhaven and not Nordhaven, as I've been saying. So apologies for that. But yeah, we are on the more modern side. I think it was Evenstad, something like that. So we are no longer building in the old town, and I wanted our buildings to reflect that. So the exterior is a lot more like modern looking, very geometric, straight lines, which I really enjoy. We are now working on the signage for our businesses. I again had to use everything that comes with the new pack, Businesses and Hobbies, because it just goes perfect with it. But I also get quite a lot from City Living, actually, because there's a lot of like art adjacent things with City Living, because obviously we had that little art, what was it? It's like an art new lot type that you can have, not center perhaps. I love this sign. This is such a cool sign from City Living because it's like an interactive LED sign that changes according to whatever like different festivals happening in the City Living world. So it's so cool. I thought it just made sense here with the art gallery, which is on our right side. It's the right building, because I mean, you could just imagine that the different exhibitions would be showing there on that little LED sign. I just love the way it looks. It's so cool. I just knew I had to use it. There it is. I think it fit perfectly with this build. So yeah, we are using quite a bit of things from City Living because of that. That sign over there on the wall is also from City Living, if I'm not mistaken. We also have this little sculpture moment outside. I think it just worked well with like the art gallery side of this build. Of course, I had to grab a lot from Debug to just make this lot just feel a bit more, just blend into the background, blend into the surroundings, because it was just looking like the 3 buildings were just plopped into our lot and just plopped into the world, and obviously I want them to just feel like they're part of this neighborhood. So I go ahead and I add some planters. I also add a little bus stop moment, which I really enjoy. I think it turned out quite nice. We add the bikes because there we go, the little bus stop moment. We add the bikes, of course, because I still adore them. I feel like the bike rack we have in Debug with this particular pack is just so good. So we add that. Of course, we had to add the trees and the tree guards. I also placed the bins already for the apartment upstairs, and yeah, just some seating as well, because I like to have lots of seating around my buildings. I also added some billboards on the side of the art studio, just because I feel like it could either be some signage for the art, like some advertising for the art studio, or just advertising about anything that's going on in the city, to be honest. We are quickly wrapping up on the outside. I'm just going to do just a little bit more on the planters, but I wanted them to be quite minimal and green. Yeah, this is what it's looking like at the moment, and we're going to start working on the pottery store. So the pottery store is like the middle building. That is where the store, like furniture and the store items, will be located. On the far left, we're going to have more of like the studio slash like lecture hall for the, it's not really a lecture hall, but that's the place where the pottery lessons would happen. I also divided the store into like 2 sections with those beautiful dividers we got with this expansion pack, because I wanted our store owner to have like a studio place where they could make the pottery before they sell it, and I didn't want to take up space in the upstairs apartment with that, which is why I go ahead and have a little studio. And I also have like a little laptop and things, so maybe runs the business from there, as in, yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a he. I've spoiled it now, but yeah, maybe he runs the business from there, just take care of some admin and things like that. I of course had to add lots of the shelves that we got, because obviously you can sell from those shelves, and also a couple of pedestals and just the wall shelf thing as well, so you can sell all sorts of pottery goodness in here. And I also didn't want to add a lot of just unnecessary things. I wanted this to be mostly just the store items and everything you need to run the store just successfully, and thankfully everything works out just fine. It's been more than play tested. Yeah, this is the little studio section, like more of a like workshop moment for our business owner. I also created like that nook with a divider, which I really enjoy. I still love that family recipe book. I kind of use it almost like it's maybe he's running the books or something, so I imagine that that could be it. I added an extra window just because things were feeling a little bit dark in here. And yeah, I just add the pottery stuff, also a little couch, because you never know, maybe you've got a special client and you want to sit down and be able to talk shop with them. And of course, the pottery items are there as well, so you can craft whatever you want and then sell it just right next to it. And the laptop, which is beautiful. We, of course, have the little lecture room over here, and we had to have that whiteboard because that is what enables the Sims to be able to run their little classes. Yeah, they're like little classes. It doesn't have to be a lecture. You can also run a class, which I don't want to spoil it, but also I had so much fun playtesting this one because I just got to play around with slightly different things, which I didn't in the previous video, so I had the time of my life. Obviously, the pottery wheels are here. I added the little swatch where it looks like they're a little bit used. I really enjoyed that. We have the kilns as well. We just have everything your Sims need to be able to craft whatever they want. Come around and do a bit of pottery, and that should be great. That should be just fine. I add a little side table with a bit of pottery bits. Like imagine that these are the things that they've been crafting. And then just adding some art to the walls to not make it feel too monotonous. And a sign again, because why not? Now we're going to be working on the little art gallery. It's not so little, it's a considerable amount of space, to be honest. I also use this divider, which is also so pretty, so beautiful, so modern looking. This area is a lot more just concrete modern, not so much the Scandinavian modern we had in the other area of the pottery store. So it's a lot more cold looking, a lot of just concrete flooring and concrete walls and all sorts, but I thought it just looked very elegant and just very appropriate in this particular art gallery. I imagine that this is more of a modern art, contemporary art kind of feeling place. So yeah, we also have a little desk so our Sim can, for example, do some business. Obviously they're not going to do this in this particular lot with the particular restrictions we have, but I imagine that she can do some work, and yes, it's a she can do some work over there by the computer. And I'm still trying to use as much as I can from the new pack, because honestly, I really like all the things, so I'm gonna go to town with them absolutely everywhere. So this is me putting in the pedestals now, just figuring out what swatches I wanted to use and just placing them around in an order that I think is appropriate. I've already grabbed a couple of pieces that I imagine would be displayed here. We're going for more of a sculpture vibe downstairs, because upstairs we're going to have an art gallery with paintings and things like that. But in that particular one upstairs, I wanted to include paintings that were painted by our sim, so that is what's going to happen. But downstairs, I didn't really want this place to be so focused on things that the Sims do, and wanted it more for show, because I wanted this to be a beautiful, pretty place. So that's what I do. I also wanted a little shelf with maybe awards and things of the genre that the Sim might have gotten, I don't know how, from this career here, but still somehow. I also forgot at the beginning, but then I go ahead and do it once I'm playtesting this, but I will recommend to, if you do not want your Sims, not your Sims, other Sims to come in and purchase your sculptures, because I really wanted this place to be more for just looking at, just disable the sails in every single pedestal, and that should make it just fine. So yeah, that was a room that's going to house all the paintings, and this is sort of the classroom, the painting classroom. This could be like for painting workshops. That is very like usual to actually go to a painting workshop. Sometimes you've got live nude models and things like that. So I imagine that this place runs a little bit more like that. This is for a private workshop setting, and it just works really well. I have to say, this whole business works really well. It runs quite effortlessly, and honestly, it gives good money. In comparison to the other two I've run, I just have to say this one is really good. But it does require a lot of work at the same time, because your Sims do have to craft and paint and just do the whole thing. So that part does take a little bit of time, but if you're not mad about that, it is 100% very much worth it. And it's just so fun to play with. But yeah, we are running out of time when it comes to this little business portion, just placing a couple of things on the outside as well. But yeah, we're going to be going into the apartment not in too long, which I also love doing. But yeah, this is it. We are now in the apartment. I had to use the other fireplace because I've already used the other one, the round one, in the first Businesses and Hobbies build I've built. I wanted this apartment to be very, very modern, very open, and very chic. But like a different kind of chic, not like a Winston, like dark and moody chic, more of a like upscale Scandi chic. The two Sims that live here and run the business downstairs, they are just very like posh arts people, and I wanted it to be reflected in their apartment in a casual upscale way. And I hope I've achieved that. Do let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. I also missed using this beautiful kitchen set from... Oh, what is it? Oh, I completely forget. But it's one of the last kitchen sets we've gotten with a stuff pack, and it's just beautiful. I adore it. It's just amazing. I also have 2 bedrooms today. I actually have a toddler's room just to change up things a little, because I know I'm so bad at doing children's and toddlers and whatever rooms. I just like my Sims to just be single, to be honest, to just be child-free and stress-free, which is great for them. But yeah, I just love doing offices. To be honest, that is why I normally go for a 1-bedroom, 1 office, just because I love office furniture and it's just such a good time to build, and that is the honest reason. But yeah, I love the way this kitchen looks. It's so like open and bright and breezy while still being quite dark, because we're still going for the greys and the blacks. But I did want to include like a couple of blacks, like black tones. I mean, black is just one tone, but sure. Blacks and greys in this kitchen, because I wanted them to ground the rest of the apartment. So we're going to have lots of like light tones with a couple of accents of black and grey. And yeah, I wanted the kitchen to be kind of the standout moment in which everything was a little bit darker. But I also wanted it to be sort of not too tucked in, not too hidden, not too plain. I wanted it to stand out within this massive living area because it's all one area as well. And it just feels like a really long space. So I wanted the different areas to have a distinctive feel. But yeah, that's a little high share place because we have to have the toddlers in mind when building. And yeah, I wanted to be purposeful with the art I use as well, because these are probably people that are used to looking at lots of different artwork. So I wanted to make my artwork stand out. I used lots of refined living room kit, which is just perfect. It's just so stunning. And I felt like it just worked really well with the type of story and the type of family I wanted living here. And we don't have a TV today, actually. I feel like these are the kind of art people that do not enjoy having a TV at home. This does not mean that they don't watch videos. They don't watch films, for example, in the cinema and things like that. But I feel like they wouldn't have a TV in their main living area. I just don't imagine that for them. I feel like they're very educated and very into the arts. So I gave them 2 beautiful bookshelves and I feel like they're happy with it. Also, they work downstairs and I feel like that is a lot of work to do. So maybe they don't feel up to just being there watching TV all night. They're not the type of people that would binge, I don't think. But yeah, that's the story I was going for, so do accept that there's no TV. But if you want to place this and play around with this and put a TV in it, I'm not going to be mad. Go ahead and do that. That is perfectly fine. So these are the 2 bookshelves. I'm just cluttering them up a little just so they look slightly different. And then I wanted to include a little nook for our lovely toddler. I forget her name, but she's lovely. I think she was Kara, actually. Yeah, that was her name, Kara. And I just wanted her to have a little play area here in the living room, so she would also be included in this living space, because of course you have to take them into account when you have toddlers. You're not just going to have a pristine house with nothing for them everywhere. I don't think that's very realistic. So I do include a little play area also so she can hang out with her parents when they're home. So yeah, this is what the living room turns out. And I feel like it just looked nice. I think it's a very nice and bright, especially with the massive windows. It just looks very, very light and airy, which I enjoy. The bathroom is furnished today, so you're not going to see me furnish that, but it's just very simple, very straight to the point. This is lovely Kara's room, little toddler room. I had a lot of fun with this one. I wanted this one to kind of match the rest of the home, but to have a little bit more color than we have in the other places in the home. I love this little rug. It came with the something nursery kit. Yeah, something nursery. Storybook nursery, there we go. I'm sorry, there's just so many packs. I feel like I cannot keep up with it. My brain can barely remember them anymore. And honestly, I cannot even believe I remember as many as I do. But yeah, we had all the basics. I love this little cat bookshelf. It's so adorable. I feel like Kara's into animals because we've got a bear and we've got the cat and we've got this little mural, which is so adorable. It's from Growing Together. I feel just so cute. She's got a couple of crafty bits as well, just keeping in touch with the rest of the family, really, with the artsy vibe in this toddler room. And finally, we have the main bedroom. We are going to continue with the earthy tones. It's going to be very calm. It's going to be quite beige, to be honest, but in the best way possible. It's, once again, very bright, very airy. We have the massive windows again in this bedroom, just because they have such a beautiful view of the little canal and potentially the river, the bay, whatever's happening there on the side. I just didn't want to deprive them of that view. It's also a massive bedroom, so I go ahead and add an armchair to it. They've got the little wardrobe moments as well. I didn't make this one too cluttered because I feel like this is quite a minimal home. I feel like they are bordering on minimalism, but not quite. It just fits in with the modern art aesthetic, to be honest. At least I think so. So we go ahead and we just don't clutter it a lot. There's a couple of things on the dresser, sure, but that is about it. There's not a lot more around. We've got a couple of plants on the corner. Not a lot of art on the walls on this one, just 2 art prints on the other side, but the walls are staying a little bit minimal. But yeah, this was such a quick build in terms of the apartment, because it just came together so easily, and also it's just a clutter-free zone, which meant I didn't have to spend 1,000 hours cluttering it up. But I had a lot of fun building this one. I feel like it turned out really well with downstairs. It just feels like a cohesive space. But let me know in the comments down below whether you agree with me or not. But yeah, now that the interiors are completely done and this is what they are looking like, we had to do the rooftop. I wanted there to be a beautiful rooftop on top of these businesses, just because I think like an art gallery is so like, I don't know, just the vibe of the art gallery was giving like cocktail party to me. So I wanted there to be this beautiful rooftop, not garden, rooftop bar area. And I feel like it looks really nice. I feel like you could throw some parties in here, get a couple of like gallery exhibitions going, and maybe get a party upstairs, get yourselves in the bar upstairs. I don't know. I was going for a specific thing here. I can't really explain it too well. I'm sorry if you don't get it, but yeah, this is what I wanted. I'm also trying to just get a bit more greenery because I didn't want this to look too plain. And it all looks a little bit plainish just because the vibe is very like minimalistic, so we're going for a lot of white and some concrete, so just trying to clutter it up with as much just greenery as I can. And I really like how this turned out, to be honest. I feel like it looks really, really nice, and I hope it's going to be even nicer to play in, which I already know the answer to this because I've already played in it. So here are the lovely Kirsten and Vance Ashburn. This is the Ashburns, and we are going to be setting up their small businesses, because this is 2 businesses in one, today. I feel like Kirsten would be running the art gallery, so we're going to give her the small business, and of course we're going to name it, because that's the first thing I like to do when I set up a business. I'm trying to choose a logo, but I think I go with the Pottery logo actually. And then I was trying to figure out what should I name this business. I obviously want it to be Pottery and art gallery inspired, but I also wanted to give it like a quirky name, because of course I did. So I wanted to kind of put a spin on their last name, Ashburn. So I was thinking maybe ashen pots, like ash and pots and like the kiln and things like that. But I'm going to change it in just a second, and it's going to be just Ash Pots and Art Gallery, because obviously we also can't make it just super long of a name. But obviously I also go ahead and add a description because I love doing that. I really like making this as realistic as I can, and I feel like adding these small quirky just details just make it a tiny bit more realistic and more enjoyable to play for myself. And I don't know how you guys feel, let me know what you think and how you play when you play by yourself, but I feel like just adding these things just make it so much nicer. And of course I'm going ahead and picking my activities. Obviously I want people to view my art. I also want them to attend the classes that I'm going to be running, and obviously I also need them to go ahead and purchase my pottery stuff and even my art prints. So yeah, I go ahead and I was debating whether I should add bar drinks, but then again I don't want to hire anyone to be doing that, so I go ahead and don't add that, but you can 100% add that if you'd like. So yeah, we've set up our business. We need to employ our husband. I love this part of the small business when you just get to employ whoever you want, including your family. I feel like it's such a good time. So we are trying to assign tasks to both of our Sims, and obviously they need to mentor the Sims, they need to run the classes and the lectures, that is a given. They need to be friendly because no one's going to be just grumpy in here, and that is basically what I tell them to do. I just really like the UI of this pack. I like all the things, and I also go ahead and lock the respective businesses for our Sims so they don't just go anywhere. We don't want them to. I just feel like I don't want Kirsten to be going around to the pottery side, and I don't want Vance to be going around to Kristen's gallery. They can meet in the apartment. So the time's come to get them to actually craft the pottery items and also paint. So this is what the pottery menu looks like. I just love the way it looks. It's so cool. And yeah, there he goes. What is he gonna do? I think he's doing a planter. Yeah, he's currently just working away with his little sponge, just getting that planter done. But it's just such a cool task. Just really neat. And then we, of course, can get to actually, yeah, there we go. We can get to glaze them, and you have all of these wonderful options. I just love the way these menus look. They are so nice. And we're gonna go for some contemporary because I really enjoy those colors. But yeah, this is what it looks like in game when they're glazing the little pottery pieces. It just looks so nice. And I just feel like this is such a cool pack because it actually showcases so many cool things, and it really gets you to play with the Sims in a really creative way. And of course, we could not leave Kirsten behind, and she's going ahead and she's painting lots and lots. So we can include them in the art gallery just next door. So yeah, we're gonna leave our Sims and they're gonna be crafting and painting away. As you guys can see, I have gotten to paint and just craft things all night. So I just got them to spend a couple of hours just crafting away. And honestly, it's gonna be all worth it because they're gonna be making lots of money in just a minute. But the time has come. I feel like they've got enough already to run the business and start the business bright and early in the morning. So I'm just going to place all of my art pieces on the little art display. And as you guys can see, it just gives me that sign, the $sign straight away, because I can sell them from those little display shelves as well. And I'm just placing them like in order of what I kind of crafted, and it just looks so nice. I love how the pottery items look. They are just so beautiful, and we went for like a contemporary and a modern kind of look, and yeah, we're ready to open the business. So I really wanted to test how it would work to hold a lecture. So you can just hold a lecture and just wait for your Sims to attend, whoever's in the actual lot, whoever's a client at the moment, or you can actually select who you want to attend. So I'm going to select as many people as I can who are here, clients right now, and straight away we get a bit of money. And it's just so neat. They use the whiteboard and it just looks so cool when they first get scribbling on it. And eventually people turn up and they actually listen to our lecture and they tell you whether they're enjoying it. And as you guys can see, they are enjoying our lecture, which is always a great thing to see. And yeah, there we go. Disable the purchasing of the items down here because people were starting to get hold of my beautiful sculptures, and that's not what I wanted, so I go ahead and do that. And for the upstairs little art studio, I wanted to run a class instead, and just to see what it would look like. And to my surprise, it actually gives me like almost like the event pop-up. So I have specific tasks that I must accomplish in order to have a successful lecture, a successful class in this case. And I just thought that was so cool. I had so much fun. It worked so well, surprisingly. And you actually can pick whatever tasks you do. Obviously, you have to at least complete most of them to get like either silver or gold or whatever. And I just was so surprised. Your Sims actually mentor, which is what you're seeing right now. They mentor other Sims on whatever. In this case, she was mentoring her on painting. And it just was working so well. They can engage with them, discuss like color theory, for example, because they're obviously talking about painting. And it's just really fun because it really gets them engaged with the other Sims. And you can still alt the lectures and select the specific Sims that you want to attend this lecture and listen to the lecture. And it's just so cool. I'm really happy with this particular like aspect of the pack. It runs really surprisingly well. And then a little cheeky thing, after the class was completed and it ran really well, you actually get to sell other people's work. And I just wanted to test it out. I am sorry to these women, but I sold their work and I got the money, and any extra money is good money for me. So yeah, this is us after the first day of running Ash Pottery. And again, it just worked so much better than I was expecting. We actually got so much money, and you actually get a lot of money from doing the lectures and the classes. So I am so over the moon about this. It works so well. Like, I shouldn't be surprised, but I really am. And we finally get some renown as well, because we've been doing so well with our business, and this is what we can see in the small business perk menu. It's just so cool. And of course I was going to go with leave a tip, because all money is good money for me, and we need more of that. And I also wanted her to be able to do a couple of sneaky things. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe, because that would really mean a lot to me. And also leave your likes and your comments, because I love seeing what you guys have to say to me. Stay tuned for the rest of the video tour as well. I'm sorry I'm going over the video tour, but I had a lot to talk today. But yeah, thank you so much for watching again, and bye bye.